Alright, gather around, history lovers, because today, we're diving into one of the most underrated, yet absolutely legendary countries. This place is wild where fire literally bursts out of the ground, where ancient warriors once ruled, where empires clashed, and where oil turned a small country into a global powerhouse. And guess what? It was also the first ever Muslim-majority democracy in the world. Yeah, you heard that right, so buckle up, because we're about to uncover the land of fire Azerbaijan, ancient times, where it all began. Alright, let's rewind the clock way back. We're talking 40,000 years ago. The first humans were already living in what is now Azerbaijan, carving out some of the coolest prehistoric graffiti in Gobustan. These cave paintings show people hunting, dancing, and even sailing boats. So yeah, Azerbaijan was already a cultural hotspot before history was even recorded. Fast forward a few thousand years, and Azerbaijan becomes a major player in the Persian Empire, ruled by kings like Cyrus the Great and Darius the First. Then came the Caucasian Albanians, no, not related to modern Albania, who created their own kingdom with their own language and culture. By the Middle Ages, Azerbaijan was caught in an epic tug-of-war between the Arabs, the Seljuk Turks, and the Mongols. The Arabs brought Islam, the Mongols brought chaos, and the Turks helped shape the culture we see today, the Silk Road, oil, and empire wars. Now, imagine this: it's the 14th century, and Azerbaijan is a key stop on the Silk Road, the ancient superhighway that connected China to Europe. Traders, scholars, and adventurers are rolling through, exchanging spices, silk, and knowledge. Then, the 16th century hits, and the powerful Safavid Empire, one of Persia's greatest dynasties, takes over. Azerbaijan becomes a center of poetry, art, and scholarship. It's basically the Renaissance, but with more carpets and tea. By the 19th century, the real struggle begins: Russia versus Persia. After decades of battles, treaties, and political drama, Russia takes control of northern Azerbaijan, while Persia holds on to the south, which is still part of modern Iran. The boom, oil, skyscrapers, and revolution. Now, here's where things get insane. Azerbaijan was literally sitting on a gold mine, except it wasn't gold, it was oil. By the late 1800s, Baku, the capital, became one of the world's first oil capitals. Even the Nobel Bros, yes, the same family behind the Nobel Prize, invested in Azerbaijani oil. With oil money pouring in, Baku exploded into a futuristic city of mansions, factories, and crazy innovation. And then, in 1918, something historic happened. Azerbaijan declared independence, creating the first ever Muslim-majority, secular democracy. Women got the right to vote before the US or France, and the country was shaping up to be a modern powerhouse. But just when things were looking up, boom, the Soviet Union invaded in 1920. Azerbaijan was forced into the USSR for the next 70 years. Soviet Azerbaijan, war, repression, and survival. Under Soviet rule, Azerbaijan became a key oil supplier for the US. In World War II, Baku's oil literally fueled the Soviet war machine. But while the oil flowed, the people suffered under Stalin's rule, with political purges and forced cultural changes. Fast forward to the late 1980s, and Azerbaijanis were done with Soviet rule. By 1991, with the USSR crumbling, Azerbaijan declared independence once again. But it wasn't smooth sailing almost immediately. The country was thrown into a brutal war with Armenia over Nagorno. Azerbaijan today, a nation of fire and future. Fast forward to today, and Azerbaijan is a country of contradictions in the best way possible. It's where ancient Zoroastrian fire temples exist next to futuristic skyscrapers. Baku looks like a mix of Dubai, Paris, and a sci-fi movie, with the iconic flame towers lighting up the skyline. Cool stuff you'll find in Azerbaijan: Yanadag Burning Mountain, a natural gas fire that's been burning for thousands of years. The Caspian Sea, the world's largest inland sea, where Azerbaijan's oil money still comes from. Mugam music, a deep, poetic style of music that sounds like something straight out of a mystical epic. Plov rice dish. Azerbaijani food is next level, delicious, with influences from Turkey, Persia, and Central Asia. Oh, and Azerbaijan is also a major energy player, balancing ties between Russia, Turkey, and the West, while trying to diversify its economy beyond oil. Why Azerbaijan is one of the coolest countries you've never thought about. Azerbaijan is where ancient civilizations, oil empires, and modern tech collide. It's got history, culture, war stories, and a spirit of survival that's unmatched. This is a country that has been invaded, divided, and rebuilt again and again. Yet today, it's standing strong with a vision for the future. So next time you hear about Azerbaijan, just remember it's not just some small country in the Caucasus. It's the land of fire, a crossroads of history, and a place that refuses to be forgotten.